Yeah, what up, what's going on, man? Salute to everybody that's tuning into the channel. It's your boy, AC, though, man. Whew. I know y'all seen the news this morning, man. I seen it, man. I was just trying to sit back. I'm hearing those video recordings that's supposed to come out. Joe Buttons, man. It's not the first time, Joe got into an altercation with somebody. We all done got into altercations with motherfuckers, man. But when you a public figure, it's publicized to a different level, So I want to say maybe like a month or so ago, Joe got on his podcast and, he made some opinions about Taxstone and the outcome of his case with Troy Ave and Banger and things of that nature. Now, prior to that, Tax and Joe did a podcast together. I believe Joe went on Tax's podcast, and that shit went viral because it was just so awkward, and Tax cussed Joe out, and I don't know, like Tax was saying that Joe was playing manipulative, mind games with him and shit like that. It was, I don't know. To me, I still feel like they kind of like staged that, if you ask me, for a viral moment. But I don't know. But they kind of just really didn't, I guess, rock with each other to a certain extent. But I didn't really hear anything about, too much crazy back and forth when Tax was, on the streets. But since, Tax has been locked up, a lot of people have excelled in the podcast industry. Joe has always pretty much had a pulse on the podcast industry, along with Juan Epstein. They were like the first podcast that I came across. And then you had, Combat Jack, and then, Taxstone came in there. And there was a couple other people as well, but those are the names that really stood out, that really made an impact with the podcast space. And then you have like your Noriegas, your $1 Million with the Game, and so on and so on and so on. So now to fast forward, it's crazy. Shout out to Gully TV, because Gully TV is actually a blogger, and I don't want to say he's just a blogger, but he's also an entrepreneur. But he's somebody that I watch. He used to do different segments of lives on his YouTube channel. I would tune into it. I'm at the gym or I'm at work. It helps the day go by. You know what I'm saying? I stay up to date as far as with current news, you know what I'm saying, with him, as far as on his side of YouTube when it comes to underground hip hop, mainstream hip hop, when it comes to politics and things of that nature. So he has somebody that's close to the situation, like Zip with the Drip, who also did a live talking about it. So I guess some guys caught Joe in a strip club called Dream, I think it is, in Queens. And, I don't know if they stepped to him. From what Joe said he was having a conversation with one of the dudes. I guess the dude snuck him. You know what I mean? It wasn't a head up. He probably was trying to rock him to sleep. But it didn't happen. I guess they got into a tussle. The floor was wet, slippery. And Joe said he got up and got busy. So I don't know. I seen the video. Joe's face looked clear. He don't look like he was pretty much bothered. He was full of smiles. He was with his child, having a good time. Zip with the Drip and, Gully, they pretty much on some shit like Joe got stomped out. He got mopped out. You know what I'm saying? There's footage of it. They trying to shop to sell the footage. It just sound like a clout chase. You know what I'm saying? And then I see Zip with the Drip pretty much talking about, Joe, you need to stop fucking with Queens Flip and put me on the podcast. Like, dog, if that's your way to insert yourself into a possible opportunity, that's the wrong way to go about it. And he also knows, you cool with Tax. You had Taxstone was like your first podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just nasty, bro. I understand we're in a space of content and everybody's trying to do something to keep their YouTube pages in the algorithm, to keep the money flowing. So any idea to make something go viral, it's just like people are willing to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I didn't even really want to touch on this topic, but I'm just like, you know what? There's a lesson in this situation. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get to that. But in this video, because I'm trying to remember it, like verbatim everything that was said. I don't know if Zip said it, but Gully kept saying that I guess one of the guys that was beating on Joe Buttons, they were screaming Taxstone's name. So I was like, why would they purposely implicate Taxstone, somebody that's already behind bars, you know what I'm saying, fighting for his life, and these these guys assault Joe Budden in the club and they attack him and scream Taxstone. So I don't know. They seem to know more than anybody because they pretty much are implicating that Taxstone sent them niggas to handle Joe, and they saying it was all because Joe told Tax SMD on his podcast. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think. I mean, Tax said some real crazy stuff on Zip's podcast. So you can't act like you're gonna say something crazy and I'm not gonna say something crazy back, especially when you're regarded as one of the top podcasters to ever come out of the game. It's like, nah, it's fair game, you know? But if that was the case, if he did, because we don't know, we just going by speculation and what people are saying on the internet. But I don't think he'd be that stupid enough to send somebody to hurt Joe Budden. Like, that shit is just retarded. It didn't. It's like you didn't even get the job done because the nigga's still walking around, smiling and everything. So, but my thing is this, man. Joe Budden's, he's smart as a motherfucker, bro. He's already about to monetize off of this. I believe tomorrow they doing a show on their Patreon pretty much discussing everything that took place. He said he's even got the bartenders coming on the podcast. So they're the ones that visibly seen everything to detail the rundown of what happened. So I don't see him buying any footage or anything of that nature. He's pretty much going to monetize off this situation as he should. You know what I'm saying? As he should. But for me, it's like, Joe, bro, you a legend. You're a legend, whether from hip hop, podcast, media, whatever the case may be. You are a legend, bro. I understand you like going to the strip club for the food, for the ambiance, to chill, smoke hookah, whatever the case may be. I know it's something that you like because you always spoke about this. But my nigga, you got to move smart, bro. There's no reason why, you know what I'm saying? They were saying you had security, but they told your security that they couldn't do nothing. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Somebody of Joe Budden's magnitude, I don't believe that he's just going to these type of places by himself without nobody, you know, to hold him down. I mean, it's possible. You know what I mean? It's possible. I can't put that against, you know, I can't say per se he's not going to do that because he is the type of individual that just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. But, dog, you got way too much to lose, bro. Like, you are a huge pillar in the hip hop community, in the podcast media space. You got a team, you got a family. You know what I mean? You got too much to lose to be out here in a strip club. God forbid something go wrong. Somebody hit you upside the head with a bottle. It's like, bro, don't even put yourself in that predicament. Have armed security or have some type of security that's going to hold you down and watch your back while you know, do whatever it is that you do. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like something like this could easily have been prevented, you know? And who's to say, you know, they may not have got lucky this time. Who says they get lucky next time, you know? So, I don't know, man. I just think it's nasty work all across the board. It sounds like a clout chase in my personal opinion, but who am I? I'm just somebody with an opinion with a YouTube channel. You know, big fan of Joe Budden's, big fan of Taxstone. You know, I enjoy both of their contents. And, you know, it's just a sad situation, man. Hopefully this shit don't transpire into something nasty. I'm definitely going to be tuning into Joe Budden's podcast because I know this shit going to be spicy, man. I already know it's going to be spicy, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man, about this whole shit. I mean, it's really nothing special. Like, I don't know, man. It's topic. It's news, man. It's news. We got to talk about it, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the love. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ace is Working on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check out the podcast. New episodes drop every single Monday on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Dedication TV podcast. All right? It's your boy Cito. I'm out. Peace.